What it do, nation family? The pads are on. Shit is getting serious. Who are the breakouts? We have some guys standing out that weren't really supposed to stand out or expected to stand out. We got guys making plays already, touchdowns flying everywhere. Who won? The offense, the defense? Stay tuned. Let's get unleashed.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song, he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
You know what I like to do? Just follow me on this one.
Hey, that.
Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? Sorry, I was making sure everything was good. um, so we have pads on, right? Pads on. It is the important time, right? Guys to step up. Who's gonna make noise? Who's not gonna make noise? Damn. We have a couple reports. Not a lot of videos out there. Not a lot of people are getting to see what's going on. You do get to go to camp, but from what I hear, you're not allowed to record. So only, I think, certain people, media is allowed to record, not the fans. Shout out to everybody in the building. But yeah, man, let's get into it. First off, from what I hear, sign Colton Miller, man. We've talked about it before on this channel, other channels. Everybody in the nation feels the same way. Sign Colton Miller. From what I hear, he looks bigger, faster, stronger. He's being a leader out there. He's being vocal. And this is huge, huge news, man. If Colton Miller is a better Colton Miller, that is trouble for the rest of the NFL, right? And I think I like him with a chip on his shoulder. So, man, don't pay this man till the end of the season, maybe. I don't know. A fired up Colton Miller, from what I hear, is looking really good. And yes, it's day one with pads on. But, in all the workouts, all the drills, hitting the bags, the man's crushing sleds out there. And Colton Miller looks really, really good. Not from just one person, but a lot of people have said the same thing. Like, he looks like a totally different Colton Miller. And I seen a report on X. Somebody said that he believes Colton Miller could be a top 5 or 7 left tackle this year. That would be huge for Geno Smith. That would be absolutely amazing for Ashton Genty, for the rest of the crew. So how y'all feeling about that? I gotta turn this light down. Hold up. Good Lord. Is that better? Whew. All right. Feeling like Casper the Friendly Ghost still. Need a hat or something. But yeah, so put glasses on so I can see y'all interact with the nation. We all know chat lives matter. Who's in the building? Go back up to the top. My guy Grim was good. Unleashed Raider as always. Al's Ghost was good, man. It's been a minute. Nice to see you. Lawrence, my guy, appreciate you dropping back in. Ripping and flipping. Audio slipping, pimping. Nah, I got it, right? You're good. You can hear me? Please. So, what's good, my guy? How you been ripping in and flipping it? You see our guy Aiden O'Connell. Let's just get into that right now. We talked about it a lot yesterday. I'm not going to go into none of that Gino Aiden argument. There really shouldn't be one. But the fact that he just is getting better, right? A couple people I have heard say when the pads came on, Aiden O'Connell had his best day of the offseason so far in camp with pads on. That's just a great sign for the Las Vegas Raiders, for this team, for his growth, for Aiden O'Connell personally, right? For the receivers getting work. Him and Jack Besh have had back-to-back touchdowns yesterday and today when the pads came on. Today was an up for grabs where Besh just went and showed them big guns, muscled the ball away. Back of the end zone, corner of the end zone. So, these guys are building a little chemistry. And I want to talk a little bit about Jack Besh. 2 touchdowns in 2 days. A guy that not a lot of people have been talking about except for the contract when it wasn't signed. But now that he's been on the team, you haven't heard a lot, right? He's been running with the twos and not a lot of talk. So, I try to get somebody pay a little attention. They're saying this dude is ridiculous in the end zone. He's strong. He can block. He's physical out there. His route running is better than they thought. And he looks a lot faster than what they imagined for him being as big as he is. So that's another damn good sign, for Jack Besh. But who's going to be the starters, right? Who's going to be the starters day one? It's really starting to look like Dante Thornton Jr. Hype is real, bro. Like, I know we've talked about it on this channel. I know everybody's talked about it. We've heard about it over and over again. I heard today he had a wide open touchdown. Couldn't come down with the ball. Hit him in his hands. But, man, it's camp, right? He's a rookie. That's just going to happen. But he's had some amazing plays. I heard he smoked on the ball that he dropped. I believe it was Jacorian Bennett or DeCamarion Richardson. Not DeCamarion Richardson. Darian Porter Jr. Both of those guys got beat by Tabonte. And, Porter is just as fast. So I would love to see these guys in a race. Let me know how y'all feel about that. It would be awesome to see, these guys race like players do, right? Maybe too close to the season, maybe next year. But I want to know who's the fastest guy on this team, because from what I heard, Dante Thornton is him, bro. He is him. Now, of course, you're a rookie, right? You're going to need work. It's going to take time. We all know that. But the work ethic that he's putting in, right? The confidence that Gino is showing in this young man, it speaks volumes for this team, for the confidence that they have in each other, for the chemistry they're building. And, getting into the next topic, offense just murdered it today. They worked the defense. That's what I've heard from numerous people. It was offense all day today. So, will the defense be back tomorrow? Man, I sure hope so, right? I sure hope so, because no, you can't tackle nobody. No, you can't hit nobody. But a lot of talk. Ashton Genty seems to be the real deal out there, right? A lot of people are questioning it. Can he break tackles? Can he do the same shit in the NFL? When the pads come on. But from what I heard, he didn't even have to be touched, right? He's run, cutting back crossfield Marcus Allen style. Yes, Marcus Allen style. When you're cutting back completely across the field and you're outrunning the defense, that's special, right? So, man, I can't wait to see more of this kid. Hawaiian Candy, you're back. Make sure you listen to Unleash and hit those. Heavens. Sorry. Make sure you listen to Unleash and hit those like buttons, yo. Appreciate you. I don't feel strongly about signing Colton. Why not? Speak on it. Let me know your thoughts. Rosetown, what's good? Appreciate you, my guy. Good to see you again. I don't feel strongly about signing Colton. Is it the age? Is it the injury? Is it the way he played last year? Tyler Hilton, what's good? What does that say? Salute, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, let me know, Al, how you. Why not? I mean, if he's looking better, if he's looking stronger, more physical, being a leader out there, being more vocal, that's nothing but positive, right? For us. I mean, not for us, but for the Raiders, is that gonna help? Why is it so bright? Lord have mercy. Yeah, what? Can I see your chat now? Yeah, I could always see your chat, I think. I know you couldn't see Candace yesterday, so I wanted to make sure you could see all of your followers. Yeah, I can see everybody. And if you're typing and you don't think I can see you, then let me know. It took hours and hours. Tyler Hilton was good. It took hours to try to figure out why she was blocked. And somehow her email was blocked. So I don't know. Crazy. But she's back. Welcome back. AOC, fastest guy on the team. No. Fastest release. So, one more thing I want to say about Geno. I have my notes up here. I can't really see them all. So, standouts. Let's just get into that, and then we'll talk about that. So, standouts are, guys that weren't, Brock Bowers, guys that aren't Geno, Ashton Genty, right? Guys that are sneaky standouts that nobody's really thinking they were going to turn heads or make noise. There was a couple today. One was a rookie last year who got a lot of criticism in the nation. I'm sorry, I cannot deal with this bright-ass light, yo. Oh, my gosh. Is that better? All right, again. So, there was a player that got a lot of criticism in the nation last year, and it was D-Cam, right? D-Camarion Richardson. From what I hear, made a great play on the ball, cut in front of the ball, picked off Geno, trying to get the ball to Trey Tucker. That's progress, right? That's a lot of progress. I know last year it was Jacorian Bennett. We were like, man, when's this guy going to get an interception, right? We know he's good in coverage. We know he's locked down. But when's he going to tackle, when he's going to get an interception? So for a guy like D-Cam, to be coming in, taking those steps, Coach talked about, PG talked about how this guy's work ethic is, how he, if he makes a mistake, he doesn't do it again, right? He learns very, very quickly. His athleticism, his size is, a Pete Carroll type guy. So I've talked about it before. I think this dude is a lock to make the team. And him only being in his second year, if you let him go, you're taking a cap hit for the next 2 years. So maybe 3. I think it's only 2. But with that being said, I don't see him going nowhere, right? If he continues to make plays out there, and like I said last night before I was rudely interrupted by why ever my screen just went black, still haven't figured it out. It's going to be a lot of guys playing out there. I think they're going to, have a lot of packages on a lot of different downs for a lot of players. And I think we're going to see that over the preseason. I got to put that up and leave that up for the rest of the night. I'm just saying. So decommissioning Richardson had a nice interception on Geno. Also, Tommy Eichenberg is starting to make a little noise. He got a little bit of reps yesterday with the ones, got a little bit of reps when the pads came on today, which doesn't really matter. You can't hit nobody yet. But still, you get to see if guys are just as fast, if they know the play, if they're getting to the guy. Yes, you have to pull up. You can't hit him yet. But it's progress, right? It's progress. Tommy freaking Eichenberg, a lot of people are wondering, is he going to make this team? Is he going to make the roster? Is he going to be practice squad and somebody's going to pick him up? So that's progress. But it doesn't sound good. We'll get to the losers. Not losers, but guys that aren't helping their cause, right? Taking the best of the advantage of camp, like the thumbnail says. The other guy we've heard a lot about, it's Trey Tucker, man. Trey Tucker. And one-on-ones. Cooking guys. And we have fast defensive guys. Defensive backs. So, great sign for Trey Tucker going into it. His third year, I do believe. Yeah, third year. This is huge, man. This is huge for the Raiders. A guy that, I'm not going to lie, I've questioned where is he fitting on this team. Does he, run punt returns? Does he run kick returns? Where is he going to fit in when you bring in a guy like Jack Besh, who does basically the same thing, can play on the outside, can play in the slot? You bring in a guy like Dante Thornton, who, again, the hype is absolutely real. Everybody that's been to practice that I've talked to said this dude is faster, bigger. You can't see it on film, man. You have to see it in person. So I can't wait. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. But Trey Tucker, man, Trey Tucker's out there making noise. And if they were to start right now, a lot of talk is it would be Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, and Dante Thornton Jr., the three starting receivers for the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, doesn't mean the rest of the guys aren't going to get playtime, whoever makes it, like Malott and Besh. But day one with the pads on, those are the guys. Those are the guys that are making noise. Those are the guys that are standing out above everybody, that everybody's looking at. And you don't even have to be watching for them. They just stand out, right? So shout out to the organization. Shout out for drafting well. Getting a guy in the fourth round that could possibly be a starter day one is absolutely special. And I can't, iterate enough how special that is for a franchise that struggled drafting guys, for a franchise that struggled having receivers, right? Having more than one receiver, or even having a number one receiver before Dante or after, right? We didn't. It's been a long time having those Pro Bowl type guys, and I'm not saying Dante Thornton is a Pro Bowl type guy, but he has the potential, right? Definitely has the potential. With Geno not being afraid to throw the ball deep, not being able to, not being afraid to throw the ball up and let him go get it also. So that's another huge aspect for this team. Let me start this before I get too far. Testroid, enjoy my guy. Hold on. So yeah, nice breakout. Day when the pads came on, and that's what you want to see. Day one, Aiden O'Connell coming out looking hot, having his best game. Trey Tucker, a guy that Aiden O'Connell throws the ball to a lot, Could have been why he came out hot, looking, good. I don't know who he was throwing the ball to him. I know Geno was on the interception by Dekamarion Richardson. Talked about Tommy Eichenberg. Geno on the interception. I've heard not one, not two, but over 3 people say it took him a while to, to process where he wants to throw the ball. I'm trying to predict my words, right? So, holding the ball just a little bit too long is kind of why his offensive line looked very, very bad, and he had 50 sacks. You can't put it all on the offensive line. Again, I've watched the film. So you got to get the ball out quicker. You got to be more decisive, but you got to give them time as an offensive line. And I know, like I said, pads are just coming on. These guys aren't getting physical, but a lot of one-on-ones, basically one-on-ones. You got to get, you got to get the ball out quicker, man. You gotta be faster with that release. So, but that's just something you're gonna work on, right? Timing with these guys. You got a rookie. You got guys you've never thrown to. It's gonna take time, right? But touchdown wise, I heard 4. I heard 5. 1 interception. I've heard numerous. So I don't know who's keeping track over there, who's doing the counting. But yesterday, before I got cut off, I wanted to talk about, one more thing. There was a thing on X that said Sam Darnold had 5 touchdowns, 1 interception yesterday, and Geno Smith had 1 touchdown and 4 interceptions. I don't know where they get this information or where they are coming up with it, but I seen with my own eyes where he had 2, and I heard a bunch of people talk about 2 or more, and 4 interceptions. I never heard anything like that. So, man, don't believe everything you hear, but some of this shit on there is just absolutely wild. Like the numbers they're posting for Shador. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about Shador Sanders. Probably for a while. Probably for a minute. Brock going to get double team. It will open up the chances for Myers, Genty, Thornton. It's going to, he's going to get doubled a lot. And like we've talked about a million times, right? You can't double. You only have 11 guys. If you have 4 guys going out for a pass and you double all of those, I mean, you got 3 guys left. I mean, it's easy math. That's not going to happen, right? You're not going to double everybody. But if these guys are unguardable, if Dante Thornton keeps getting off his release like that at the line of scrimmage, and guys just can't hang with him, Geno's accuracy is going to pick teams apart all day long. If you leave anybody open, like he's already proven, I talked about it, his ball placement from what I heard was outstanding yesterday and today, minus the picks, because picks are going to happen, right? You're going to take your chances in preseason to see, what you can get away with, right? Where you can place the ball that these guys are going to catch it. And also you want to see, right, if you still got it to squeeze it in there, if you think you have an opening. So I don't really worry about interceptions too much. I mean, you have to worry about them. But in camp, now, if it happens when the preseason starts, then you got to start to worry. But in camp, man, I want these guys to take chances, get all the interceptions out of your system that you possibly can, and get it over with, right? Get it over with before the season starts. But Ashton Genty, not only in the backfield, but is getting a lot of reps in the passing game that a lot of people didn't think he was going to get, right? They figured it was going to, I figured too, it was going to be Mostert, maybe Dylan Labe, Maybe Sincere McCormick, whoever's back there, but I still think Genty catches better than Sincere and Zamir. Speaking of Zamir, man, the speed just doesn't look there like I thought it was going to be. He got lighter, but it just doesn't look like I don't know, like he's bought in to me. From all the videos I've seen from the running backs and their drills, it just doesn't look like he's there. like he wants to be there. I don't know, man. Rebel, August 7th, 7 p.m. preseason. It's our camp. What? Choline? I don't know what that means. Is that the preseason game? August 7th? It sounds like a familiar date to me. I don't know why this light is. Hold on, one more time. How about that? Oh, there we go. Whew. Look, I'm back. Try that. I don't know. No. I don't care about the background. Yeah, whatever you say, man. Whatever you say. All right, Tyler, I'm sorry it took me so long to get to your question. I read part of it. Hey, Las Vegas Raider fans in the chat, no hate. I want to say to you guys, what up, but Las Vegas or Raiders are going to win against my team this season. So high expectations for the Chiefs this year. Man, what's good, Tyler? Good to see you back, man. How's everything going? Hope everything, doing well. But I hope they don't do good this year. They've had their glory, man. Y'all have had your glory. It's mostly injuries for me. O-line are notorious for getting injured. I'm not sure if he can hold up 17-game season out for Colton. Didn't he? He played all 17 games last year, didn't he? Did he miss a game? I think, didn't he start from day one? I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I know it wasn't great. I know because the first 7 games, he gave up, or the first 6 games he gave up 7 sacks, right? So he finished the whole entire season last year, and he's only been hurt one time in his career for Colton Miller. I do believe. Tyler, you're right. We are winning against the Chiefs, right? Right? Hopefully twice. I predicted twice for the first time, and I forgot how long it was. Damn, he getting old. My memory. Geomex, Raider Nation. What's good? All right, what's in this chat? Greg Brewer, what's good, man? Hope all is well with you. Appreciate you popping in. Las Vegas Raiders release Christian Wilkins. Your team has fumbled him. What? He got hurt and everything. Well, yeah. The Christian Wilkins thing is just a weird thing, man. If y'all haven't heard, we talked about the tickling of feet yesterday. Now reports are he's trying to kiss guys in the locker room on their foreheads. I don't know. We'll just leave that at that. Let's get him a blinker. Yeah, let's get some blinkers. Have a different one today. Protect the shield. What's good, my guy? Good to see you back. How was the vacation? Appreciate you with the $5 smacker. Hit that blinker and get the chat started. All right. I don't know if I can with this one. Um, sorry, man. I'm rocking. My back is killing me. Too much sitting in this chair the last couple of days. Bubblegum? What? Don't hide it, divide it. Don't hide it, divide it. Hawaiian Candy says, bet she was tripping yesterday. Y'all could read her chats, but I couldn't. Tyree Williams taking Christian Wilkins' place. Man, I'm glad you brought that up. From what I heard, the defensive line did not look very well today. They had a running back squeezing through there, making plays. A lot of people want to argue with me that Ashton Genty does not have wiggle. From numerous people today, I heard his wiggle is ridiculous for as thick as he is, for as big as his legs are, and his speed is very, 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 very I don't know what the word is. Like elusive. Like you can't. He's a lot faster than he looks. A lot faster than he looks out there. So, Ron Burnett, what's good? What's good? Appreciate you dropping in. But I don't know, man. I heard a couple people say Tyree Wilson get off looks slow still. It just doesn't look like he has it. But then in the press conference, he, says all the right things, like he's doing better. I've seen film where he looks really, really good. And then you have, people say certain things. But I don't know if these guys are just being critics, just hating on Tyree because he was 7th overall pick and hasn't lived up to his potential. I don't know. But I heard he's the same weight, right? He looks a little bit better. And defensive tackle is just the best spot for him, man. I said it since he was drafted, since the first or second game he played in. He's never going to be a defensive end. He just doesn't have that bend. A matter of fact, and I hate quoting people on X when I'm too stupid to remember who the hell it was. But whoever it was, I apologize that posted that shit. But somebody on X posted that they had drills running around the hula hoop, right? For the defensive linemen, for the edge rushers. And Tyree, every time he went, not just once or twice, but every time he went, they had to redo it. Robbie Leonard's like, no, bro, do it again, showing him the technique. And he just couldn't bend enough or get down low enough to run the drill, from what I hear. Now, if you have no bend and you're that big, you can't win with power all the time in the NFL. You got to have, moves. And I see him working on that push-pull move. I mean, it looks good on a 180-pound coach, right? But that's not a 320-pound offensive lineman. So I don't know, man. They have to move him inside. I don't know why you would keep giving him reps on the outside when we have guys like Charles Snowden, when you have guys like John Joyner, when you have another guy like Jafari Harvey that I haven't heard nothing about, that I thought was going to do well in camp. Maybe he's taking reps from him. I don't know, but I want to see Tyree on the inside. Let me know how y'all feel about it in the chat. Tyree Wilson, wife or yes on the ins? I don't know. That's not going to work like that. Just type inside or outside. Where do you want to see Tyree Wilson play? Or do you want to see him continue to just be all over the field like he was, right? Last year, like I said, he was in the top 3, I do believe, for most versatile defensive linemen. Now, versatility means he plays, every position, which we only ran 4 defensive linemen. So he played all 4 of those spots, which is a good thing, right? You got a guy that's versatile. But it just looks to me like he's better on the inside, stopping the run. Like I said, he's got that almost 7-foot wingspan. That's damn good on the inside, right? And if you can just keep getting bigger, put on a little bit more weight, and play on the inside, I mean, I think he's fine. But if they keep him on the outside, man, future looks bad. The future looks bad. Figured out how, got through that. What else we got? What else we got? Get through this chat real quick. Hey, bro, I read somewhere that Tyree Wilson might be taking Christian Wilson's place. I just read that. Laughing my ass off. I should have said Clash in XD. 41 days until shit gets real. I mean, it kind of gets real in the preseason a little bit, right? We get to see full-on contact. You get to see guys. You get to see probably none of the offense, but you get to see what we have, right? Which I can't wait for that. Actually, bro, there's a game in 3 days. Thursday night, right? Hall of Fame game. Am I not mistaken? Am I correct? Somebody let me know. Ron Bennett, what's good? What's good? Raider Ron from Tennessee here, Raider fan since 1972. Let's go. Hey, appreciate you dropping in, man. Showing love, I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. I hope Raiders come to Nashville in 2026. I'm going to see the Raiders in Nashville. A lot of Raider fans in Tennessee. Nice. I'm right here in Arkansas, so not too far away. Well, I mean, it's far enough, but Nashville's a pretty good drive. But yeah, man, welcome. Appreciate you dropping in. And, you know, as far as Christian Wilkins goes, I think Adam Butler's going to stay, you know, at the 2 technique. And I feel like Jonah Lalu has to be that guy. He has to be, right? In my opinion. The coaches rave about him. The players rave about him. You heard Max Crosby. You know, Max Crosby mention him. If Max Crosby's talking about you on the defensive line, you got to be doing something right out there. So I feel like the tape I've watched on him, the film I watched when he was out there last year, I think I broke down some of it a little bit. You know, he has good get off. He has technique. It's not just one move. He's strong. He gets to the quarterback. He has a motor on him. He doesn't quit, right? I seen him, you know, chase running backs down and quarterbacks to the sideline. Didn't make the tackle, but, you know, it's the thought that counts, right? He didn't give up. He was getting out there, and those, you know, those will come in time. So Jonah Lalu is, since day one when they signed him, not just because, you know, I spent most of my life in Vegas, and he's a hometown boy, but man, that would be special, right? Be a great story. Hometown boy, get to be the starting job, bring a lot more fans to the stadium, hopefully. But no, he's a good kid, and he's just getting better, right? I talked about it. I did a live about the what the hell is it? I even forgot. But yeah, he's got some shit where, you know, he doesn't believe in himself. He doesn't think he was, you know, should be in the NFL. When he makes a play and people tell him it's a good play, he feels like, you know, they're lying to him. So imposter syndrome, that's what it was. I knew it would come to me. So, you know, Jonah Lalu, a guy that we didn't even know was struggling with, you know, a mental health issue, because it is a mental health issue, and it is a real thing, imposter syndrome. And I looked into it, you know, after I did that live about it, and damn, there's a lot more people than I thought that have it or talked about it or coming out with it. So, you know, shout out to Jonah Lalu taking the next step. It seems like he believes in himself now. He knows he should be here, and that's going to be scary, man. That's going to be scary. So I look for him to take that job and get most of the reps there. At least I'm hoping. The autumn wind is a Raider. Let's go. Time to win a Super Bowl. Man, I hope we just get to at least smell it, tickle it, something. Raiders. But yeah, he's a damn good a damn good candidate, though. Tyree Wilson needs to do something. He needs to break out somewhere, right? Whether it's D-line, maybe they go to 5 and they put him in the middle. I don't know. I don't know, but something needs to happen. He needs to take the best out of his opportunities. And, you know, like I said, guys making the best of opportunities and guys not making the best of opportunities. We'll break down the list here in a little bit, so stay tuned. Does he make that list? I don't know. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. I want some candy. Laughing my ass off. He went to a Diddy party. Who? Don't stay away from those. Stay away from those. Those are not healthy. Those are not healthy. I stream as well. I cannot get my stream on it. Okay, that ain't for me. Salute Nation. That's what? That's Ballin. Silver down the hatch. Salute, salute, salute. That blinker. Come on, man. Y'all trying to kill me. Well, okay, but I'm very happily married. Nice, nice. Why are you hitting on people in the chat over here? What's going on? What's going on? All right. Can I ever get to the bottom of this chat? Me and her act like we hate. What the fuck? Chewy, what's good, my guy? Where you been? Where you been? Inside. Let's go. Right? You got to put him on the inside, man. He's not coming around on the outside. Not coming around on the outside. But I still like to see him get reps there, here and there, right? Because, you know, maybe he can. Maybe he can. Tyree Wilson plugging holes. Somebody's got to plug the holes, right? We had a lot of them last year. There was a lot up front. And from what I heard when the pads were on today, there was a lot of holes. There was a lot of holes. The offensive line, they were putting in work. They were putting in work. 1972. Damn, so you up there like me. Diehard OGs. Love it, love it. I want to see him come to Nashville too. That's a lot closer for me than Vegas. Kansas City. Always go, gotta go to those, but when we lose, it hurts, man. It hurts. Yup, Lions and who the F cares on Thursday? Wait, what? Nice. When the Raiders come to Nashville, it's a serious party in the black hole. Tailgating off the hook, Nashville. And well, hey, we need to hook up. So hit me up if they come next year. We'll definitely do some tailgating together for sure. On the bottom, somewhere down wherever this camera is. All my links are down there. Follow me on whatever. Hit me up. Down to talk ball anytime. After you get off here, I'll go live for a bit. Nice. your last name is Bennett and you're in it to win it? That's funny shit. Man, I miss football so much. I've been pro wrestling. I have been pro wrestling since football off season. Shaking my head. Football is back. There's nothing wrong with wrestling, man. What's wrong with wrestling? I can watch wrestling all day long. Love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm to the bottom. Finally. All right. Man. Maybe I went down too far. Yeah, that helps better with the back screen. All right, man. So next up, the linebacker room. The linebacker room is crazy. Jamal Adams is not here to play safety. He is not in the safety room. It has been known he is a linebacker. He's going to play smash mouth football. He has said in an interview just a little bit ago that I was watching before I came on. Go check it out. The hell was it on? Something on the Raiders channel. Anyways, he said he's healthy. He feels good, right? He was brought in here from leadership. A guy that was an all-pro first team under Pete Carroll as a safety is now moving to linebacker. It's a shorter space. He still has the speed to cover. He says he feels like he hasn't lost a step. He's ready to go. And he says there's a lot of leaders, right? He says there's a lot of really, really good linebackers. Which I've been saying this whole time, right? Landon Roberts is going to be special. Devin White made back-to-back plays today. One to stop the run, I believe, on a third down, which is huge. You know, Devin White making plays out there. We've talked about that, man. If these linebackers can all just play together, sub in and out where you're not missing a step, and guys can cover, man, the defense is going to be really, really, really good. Hopefully we can get, you know, equal offense, equal defense. I'm tired of having a good offense and an okay defense. I'm tired of having a really good defense and an okay offense or mediocre. Can't we just have the best of both worlds for a little bit again? Please, please. Can I get a thumbs up in the chat if you are down for better than mediocre this year? Come on. I mean, it's time for a Super Bowl win. Raiders on the way. Way overdue. Another Super Bowl win. If we can't beat the refs in every game too, Raiders play against the opposing team and the refs. I mean, talk that truth. 1,000% facts. We have an uphill battle. I mean, we all know it's an uphill battle. You have the refs constantly. Then you got to play the opposing team who we've been outcoached consistently for many years. For many years lately. Even when Gruden was here, there was games we were outcoached in. I mean, he outcoached us in the Super Bowl. Hate bringing that up, but I just had to. Yeah, so bad coaching. Can't put it all together. I feel like this is the year, right? Every team in the history of the NFL has had bad stretches. Unfortunately, the Raiders has been a long, long one. But don't forget about the Detroit Lions, right? The Detroit Lions had Barry Sanders, one of the greatest running backs in the history of NFL. Some can say the greatest. You know, it's debatable. If he would have continued his career, there's no question, absolutely no question at all, in probably anybody's mind. But the Lions, right? One of the worst teams in the NFL, consistently, on a consistent basis, have made it to the playoffs. What, the last 3-4 years now? Consistently. The Tampa Bay Bucks, a team that was the laughingstock of the NFL until, you know, a couple years before they won the Super Bowl when Gruden took over. These teams can turn it around, right? Everybody's been down. Everybody. The Browns have been down. They went and got a quarterback. Was this far from, you know, making noise. And then that quarterback didn't turn out. So what I'm saying is our time has to be now. It has to be now. There's been decades where we've had great players, and I'm saying great players on defense, great players on offense, damn good players, and some great players in the trenches. A quarterback that if he keeps playing like he's playing right now and can get over the turnovers is destined to be great and have his name up there in those books. I'm telling you, in a Chip Kelly system, Gino's destined for greatness, man. We gotta put it all together. But it's been a long time since we've had a tight end, first round pick, a running back, first round pick, a receiver. Another tight end, second round pick, receiver, second round pick, receiver, fourth round pick. Trey Tucker was what, third or fourth round pick. These guys have to step up and live up to where they were drafted. And if they do, which I feel they will, and I'm sure most of you feel they will under Pete Carroll, man, this team has a chance to be a lot better than people think. Better than the, 9 wins, 10 wins. Division, man, we don't know. But if you can't stop the offense and you can't get past the defense, to me, it's a recipe for winning, right? You got memberships again? What? Did I miss it? Dark received a membership from Raiders Unleashed. Nice. Why didn't I gotta get something that notifies me for this. Thank you, Unleashed Raider, for gifting 5 Unleashed family memberships. Welcome to the family. Just Raiders, baby. Shane Butler, where has he been? My guy, Dixon Sider, where's he been? Jack Kenna, Dark, where are all my people? Well, maybe they'll come back now that they have memberships. I don't know. Shout out to the people that got memberships. Everybody, welcome to the family. Hope y'all start showing up and coming back. Actually tried out for a pro football team in the USFL league twice. Tried out for a receiver, never made the team. So I went into a pro kickboxing instead. Nice. How'd that work out for you? What's your name? Drop it in the chat. Let people go look you up. See what you did. Be nice. Jacksonville Bulls and Chicago Blitz 1983. Nice. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. So, what else we got to talk about? We talked about pretty much everything, right? Colton Miller. The offense. We talked about the offense winning. Man, if the offense can stack days together. Now, this ain't good for the defense, right? But this is damn good for Chip Kelly, for Geno Smith, the offensive line. If they can go out there and stack days together, back-to-back wins with the pads on, damn, that's huge for us, right? Absolutely huge for us. Because we seen it last year. All through camp, right? The defense would dominate. And, one thing I didn't say that everybody should already know, right, is the defense should be way more prepared. This is a Patrick Graham system that a lot of these guys have already been in. A lot of the backups have been, second year or more. So a lot of the guys on this team know what Patrick Graham's trying to do. And yeah, I know the system's going to change. It's going to be different. So everybody's learning on the fly. But you always expect the defense, no matter what, even if they're learning a new system, just to be ahead of the offense, for the fact that, the offense with no pads on can't block. Defense, they're rushing, they're getting through guys. And the offense is pretty much defenseless, right? Which sounds funny for an offensive line to be defenseless. But that's pretty much the case. So pads coming back on. Defense got to step it up, man. Defense got to step it up. And I know they will, but I really want to see this offense, stack some days together, stack some good wins, touchdowns, no turnovers, right? I think it will be huge for this offense, for the confidence of the team, for the camaraderie. But this defense is going to be hungry, man. They're coming out fired up. Max is mad. There was a report that Max Crosby just got in the backfield and blew up a play because he was getting tired of, the defense getting worked out there. So that's a good-ass sign for the offense. Like, if you're frustrating the leader on the defense, right? The man in the building is getting upset. To me, that's a damn good sign. And we all know already that the signs are there. The signs are there. We know the coaches. We know what they've done. We know their history. We don't have to talk about it. Now the pads are on. And now it's time now for everybody to step up and take advantage of the opportunities they're given by this coaching staff. And from what I heard from that little birdie in my ear, said everybody's been getting reps, man. Everybody's been getting, whether, first, second team, but everybody's been getting reps, the same plays. So if you know the playbook, if you're in the book, if you're prepared, you know what you're doing, which everybody seems like they, are on the same page, which is another good thing we didn't see last year. It's just all positive, man. It's all positive, except for, the releasing of one player, but that's behind us. We don't have to worry about that. I'm sure there won't be nothing, talked about for a little bit. It's not going to be a quick, decision made. It's going to be a court battle, right? They're going to fight it. Both teams have lawyers, both sides have lawyers. So that shouldn't be a distraction. It shouldn't be something that anybody on the field has to worry about. And, might be better for this team, man. It might be better for this team. Like, my question is was he a distraction like this last year? Did things like this happen last year? Because I had I talked about it a bunch of times. There was a couple players that had mentioned, not to me because I don't talk to any of the players, but there was a couple players that people had mentioned to them that there was some weird shit going in the locker room that, they weren't good with, and that the coaches weren't in the locker room and weren't doing anything about it, because we heard AP say, right, that's their locker room. I stay out of it. I don't try to go in there. So was this weird, crazy, freaky shit, Diddy party trying to get Diddy parties in the locker room shit going on last year? Was that a distraction? Could that be a big part of some of the shit that was happening last year, why everybody wasn't on the same page? Because I believe even Hondo Carpenter had reported that some of the guys were happy with the coaching staff and what was going on, but there was also people that weren't happy with the way things were getting ran in the locker room and some of the antics that were going on in the locker room. So questions I have that, I'm not telling y'all, I'm just asking. Does anybody know? Thank you, sir. Us blondes are very resilient. What are you talking about, Willis? What else we got? I got a membership gifted to Just Raiders Baby. Nice. I didn't get a membership. What the hell? It's fucked up, bro. Raiders. Just call you Ron? Okay, Ron. What were you calling him, Mr. Bennett? Oh, sir. Crazy shit. So, yeah, man. Also, I guess we'll just get into it, and then if nobody else has anything to say, shit, I'll hop off here because I ain't trying to waste nobody's time. Y'all ain't got no questions. If you do, get them in. So, my standouts, sneaky guys, are Dekamarion Richardson out there making plays. He's taking that next step. He's impressing the coaches. He's impressing the teammates. Another guy drafted, third or fourth? I believe fourth overall. I mean, fourth round, not fourth overall, but fourth round pick. So that's very impressive. Tommy Eichenberg taking first team reps. Very, 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 very positive signs there. AOC looked good, killing it with the pads on. Had one interception, a couple touchdowns. Chino looking damn good with his ball placement. Throwing balls where, only your receiver can get them. And that's huge for us. Because when you got receivers like we have with their strong, with their strength, with the hands, guys that can high point balls, it's gonna be nasty. So, DCAM, Tommy Eichenberg, Colton Miller standing out. Like I said, leadership looking great out there. That's a surprise. Not a lot of people were probably trying to hear that. Being the fact that he still wants a contract. He hasn't been signed. I don't know how negotiations are going or if all talks have stopped there. I don't know what's going on with that. So the fact that Colton Miller is out there, still being a leader, knowing he's playing with no guaranteed money is absolutely huge in my opinion. So that's my winner. And then two more guys that I really didn't talk about. And actually it's three more guys. Trey Taylor, safety out there when the pads came on. Looks a lot more aggressive, some people are saying. He looks faster. He looks like he could be used in a couple more positions that, coaches, people are turning their heads. There's talk. So I know it's only day one with the pads, but when the pads come on and you start to shine, that's a damn good sign, right? I'm not trying to be a poet, but for me, that's a huge step. We want to see what Trey Taylor can do. I think he's a hard-hitting guy. I think, other than the height-wise, he really fits a Pete Carroll scheme. Guys want to be physical, jar the ball loose, get turnovers, stop guys in the running game. I think he's a guy that you can't really let go this year, right? I think he needs to make this roster. If you put him on the practice squad, I don't feel he's going to stay there long unless I don't think you can make him exempt because he's not a rookie. So questions the Raiders have, right? But signs that Trey Taylor's coming along. We'll see if that continues, right? If he stays consistent. Same thing with DeCamarion Richardson. Does he stay consistent with what he's got going on right now? That is another big question. Also Chris Smith the second, when the pads came on today, out there making plays. Another big positive sign, a guy that I've talked about plenty of times, coming out of Georgia. Those guys are disciplined, they're taught well, they're coached well. I think this guy could be a problem if he puts it all together. And sometimes it takes guys a couple years or just the right coaching staff, right? The right coach to point them in the right direction, point out what they're doing without, chewing their ass. Sometimes it makes a big difference. So I don't see Pete Carroll being one of those guys that's going to yell and scream at players. Hopefully not, because he shouldn't be yelling and screaming at anybody. So, yeah, guys people didn't really know about or haven't really heard much about, probably Trey Taylor and Chris Smith. So those are big signs. Losers for me, not losers, but guys that need to take more advantage of the opportunities they're given, because they're getting opportunities and they're not making the best of it, right? Jacorian Bennett getting beat, not a good sign. And yes, it's Dante Thornton, man. You expect that, right? But come on, you're going into your third year. You should kind of know, right? You should kind of be. You're the lockdown guy. Everybody's saying Jacorian Bennett is the best corner we have out there. A lot of people feel that way. He's our best lockdown corner. It's not good, right? So got to take advantage if you want to get out there, if you want to get grass time. You can't have that. You can't have that from a guy that was projected going into the season to be a starter for JB. And, I want this guy to get playtime. I want him to develop. I want him to continue to be a Raider. But, man, I don't know. And I know everybody gets beat sometimes. But there's just not a lot of talk about him shining or flashing or doing anything spectacular. And to me, that's not a good sign, right? That's not a good sign when you weren't drafted by this regime. We've seen a lot of players, get the boot already that weren't drafted here. They're not afraid to move on from guys that were drafted in the third or fourth round. They've showed that. So, JB, come on, man. Come on. We need you, my guy. We need you. Also, who else was I going to say? Also, basically all the rest of the safeties, right? All the rest of the safeties, because if you got Trey Taylor out there making noise, you got what, 5 guys ahead of him. Guys we already know. IPM is going to make the team. You know Jeremy Chin's going to be on the team. But the rest of these guys that were projected, to make the team are going to have to turn it up, bro. You have to turn it up when these pads come on. So shout out to Taylor for out there making noise and having some people, look his way. And one more winner. Thought I'd save it for last. Number 2-3. That's right. Dylan Labe. Turning a little bit of heads today. From what I hear, he took a handoff, made a jump cut, and was gone. And a couple people said the wheels looked faster. They didn't know he could run that fast, which I don't know how you couldn't, because last year he was making moves too. And on the kickoff returns, like, the man can run, right? It's not 4.3 speed, but it's what, 4.5 or some shit. That's pretty fast. And him being 210 pounds for 5'9", that's quick, right? So shout out to Dylan Labe, making some noise. It only takes one play, right? It only takes one play, whether you can tackle or not. But when you jump cut somebody and you're gone, that's a good sign. So shout out Dylan Labe. And it was a couple plays I heard, not just one. So had some good runs, or some good stuff today. Also, man, something that's driving me nuts. How do y'all feel about Ashton Genty running punt returns and kickoff returns? Let me know in the comments, man. Let me know in the comments. Stop Dylan Labe's not him. I mean, one carry. One carry. You say he's not him in one carry? That's crazy. We shall see, man. To be continued on Dylan Labe. Same with AOC from now on. To be continued when we talk about these guys, until they show us something. But yeah, we shall see, man. We shall see. My guy Lawrence said he was hurt last year, so technically it's his second year. Stop that shit, Rebel. Who was hurt last year? What I miss? No, I say 12-5. 12-6 is too many games. They don't play the bye week. I know it was a mistype. I'm just messing with you. Jacorian Bennett, is that who you're talking about? I want Jacorian Bennett to make this team, man. I just feel like if you got guys out there that are making plays like Decamarion Richardson or Decam, making plays, making noise. Eric Stokes is looking good out there. It's a problem, right? You're only keeping 6. You got the rookie already out there shining. Where do you fit in? I mean, it's a good thing, Jamal Adams is not playing in the backfield, so you don't have to, worry about him coming in and taking the slot position. He's going to play that third linebacker. And I just don't see how he doesn't make the team, in my opinion. I think he's pretty much a lock. Like I said, Pete Carroll knows what he can do. Pete Carroll would not bring in Jamal Adams and put him at linebacker position if he didn't think that he was, smart enough to pick up that position pretty much overnight in a couple days. And like he said, he talked about it. He's got to get acclimated to the position. He's got to know his role and know the playbook. And he said once he does, he feels like he's going to be flying around out there. So damn good thing. I meant what gives you the feeling to think he might win that many or lose that many? The team? Pete Carroll. He's pretty much won 10 games, everywhere he goes. First year. So he's a guy that has been known to turn shit around, and this team wasn't as far away as people think. You know, the addition of Brock Bowers, the addition of DJ Glaze, the addition of JPJ, the addition of Geno Smith. I mean, you got a veteran that's seen every coverage, that's seen every defense. It just makes a difference. And you got a quarterback that wants to win for his coach, that, you know, looks up to the dude like a father figure. So it's everything, bro. It's everything that I feel they can win that many games. Ashton Genty, you know, the rookies that we brought in, it just comes down to the trenches and the quarterback, and I think and the coverage. And if those all come together, man, look out. Look out, look out. I'm still learning, so I'm trying to figure out why you guys come up with these predictions. Well, I don't know if you missed the show that I did, but I broke down every team, their defense, their offense, where I think we stack up before camp, before any of that, just looking at the roster. And I made my prediction. I thought I had enough evidence from all the film that I've watched on all those guys, all the film I watched last year. And like I said, I just felt like this team wasn't far off. We just needed a couple pieces to the puzzle that had been missing for a while. And I think we put all those puzzle pieces together. Now we just need to frame that bitch, hang it on a wall, and make it work. Make it work. Yeah, Jacorian Bennett. I mean, I'm not saying he's not going to make the team. I'm just saying making the most of your opportunities. Like, if you get one-on-one with Dante Thornton and he's the guy that's out there shining, you can't get beat. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's how I feel about it. And I know JB's going to be back, right? He's going to come back. He's going to win some of those matchups. He learned from a guy like Jack Jones and Nate Hobbs, which, you know, to me is special. I think both of those guys, Jack Jones' instincts, his aggressiveness that he's starting to show in Miami now that he's not in the silver and black, that he showed his first year with the Raiders, is coming back. You know, those guys were aggressive. Nate Hobbs, Jack, they were aggressive, and I think Camarion Richardson and JB learned from that, and I think those are, you know, two decent young up and coming guys to learn from, in my opinion. So I feel JB's going to be fine, man. It's just you got to take advantage of opportunities. So, like I said, not loser, but I'm saying guys that need to take more advantage of what they're given. Make a splash, right? When you got one-on-one with the guy that's drafted in the fourth round, and he's projected to be the starter, you know, first year, and you got somebody that's been a rookie already come in and take your job. To me, those are reps that you got to make a splash on. Candy, I have over 40 years of useless information coming up with my useless predictions. That's why they play the game, right? Go Raiders. Yeah, predictions are just fun, man. It's just fun. I mean, even if you get it right, it was a damn good guess, right? A damn good guess. All right. Damn good analyzation, I guess, right? If you're trying to put everything together, from kind of like what I talked about yesterday, right? That little graph I pulled up where it ranked everybody, where our defensive backfield was ranked a 2 out of 100. It's kind of like that. So, oh my God, this chair! I need a new chair. Anybody want to donate for? Oh wait, what's up with Biggie? See, he's green and it's not see-through, just a little bit. The hell. Thank you for explaining. No, you're good. That's why I'm here. Not everybody knows football. Anybody can get beat as football. I know. I'm not harping on the guy. I just want him to do better, man. I want him to do better. This your third year. You can't let that rookie come in and do you like that. You gotta get your lick back. Bigfoot is a Raider fan. I know. I've seen him all over the internet. And shout out to Bigfoot. Rebel, your attention to detail with the Raiders has been amazing. That's why I enjoy your lives. Shout out my guy GeoMex. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Go Arkansas Razorback. Go Hogs. Woo! Pig. Suey. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, so being a Tennessee guy, did you get to see Dante Thornton in person by any chance in any Tennessee games? But since you said Woo Pig Suey, you're probably not a Tennessee fan. LVR, what's good, my guy? Y'all go follow, show some love to his channel. Follow him on Instagram. He's always dropping great little videos, clips, insights, fire shit. So go check out my guy LVR. Show some love. I learn when I listen. It's hard to read when the shit's moving, man. It's so annoying. Alright, it stopped. Wait, let's put it over here. I learn when I listen to him, but I'm always on other stuff. So I don't learn shit about football. Thanks. I mean, I try to explain for the people in the back, right? Because not... he was born in Arkansas Rebel. I was not born in Arkansas. And don't say that. That sounds like... that don't sound good. That don't sound good at all. Go Raiders and Hogs, man. Shit. See, we could get along. We could get along for sure. They look good this year too. I know nobody in here wants to hear me talk about my Razorbacks, but man, if that 6'6" Taylon Green can just put it all together. Please, just put it all together. Just put it all together. If he can have Geno Smith's accuracy with his mobility, man. Go Raiders, Dodgers, Lakers, USC. I'm down with go Lakers, go Dodgers, go Raiders. I used to be a Trojan fan when Pete Carroll was there. I mean, I'm still kind of a fan. I definitely watch their games. But with college, you know how college goes, man. I got like 5 college teams. College, I'm not as dedicated as the pros, right? To the pros, that's pro level, right? You can't have 50. You can only have one. You can only have one. Yeah, that one. You can only have one team. I mean, some people have more than one, but to me, if you want to be loyal, if you want to be dedicated for 50 years, like somebody I know, like one team, bro, just one. I mean, you could flip-flop, you could jump on the bandwagon, right? It's cool because people do, and welcome when you do. We welcome everybody in the nation. Everybody in the nation. But man, being loyal to one team in the NFL, I think is a big, shows a lot about somebody's character. Now, college, right? NFL, there's 32 teams. College, there's 32,000, it seems like. At least if you play college football 2026. Have you ever tried to pick a team on there? Man, it seems like 20. I think it takes longer to go through all the college teams than it does to actually play a game. Literally. It's just wild. Gladdy Raider, what it do? What it do? Where did you get that tattoo done? I got it done in Florida. She Florida. It looks faded as hell on there. I think we shouldn't get any more quarterbacks. No. I don't think we need any more quarterbacks. We have 3. I mean, you don't want to take up any more roster spots. and we're gonna see how they do. Geno's not gonna play against Seattle. It's gonna be Aiden, and maybe second half Cam Miller, or maybe they want to see what they have in AOC, the Cerebral Assassin. For a whole entire game in the preseason against Seattle. That would be nice. I would like to see that, but I would like to also see what Cam Miller has. But I just don't feel like Geno's gonna play in the first game or the second game. You might see him a quarter, maybe a half in the third game, but that's probably it. He's not going to play much. I mean, there's no reason to take a chance, to risk it. If that fly is the same fly from yesterday, I thought I killed that one. But yeah, man, I think we're not getting any more. We got the tattoo done from an artist in Florida. Oh yeah, from a good dude in Florida who now lives in Vegas. He works at Caesar's Palace. Y'all go check him out. Oh, the Venetian now. Well, damn, they have a tattoo parlor in the Venetian too. I did a lot of work in that casino. Super Mario is his name. Man, don't be shouting him out on here. I'll be out there next. I need to get another tattoo. I should hit him up. I just wanted to reciprocate decent season for Looney Tunes shit. Man, it's gotta be, man. It's a different vibe. And I said it, and somebody corrected me that last year was the same thing in camp. I don't see it. I think these guys are way more locked in. I think the speed is different. The coaches are different, right? The coaches look more locked in. I mean, hell, you got Max Crosby hitting coaches, tackling coaches onto the bags. Absolutely crazy out there. So I don't think the vibe is anywhere like it was last year. Nobody last year was rolling around in a big flipping floating ball. There wasn't coaches taking their shirts off and having flexing contest. So it's a different vibe, man. It's a different vibe. And from the people that from what I hear, it's like that in the building. Everybody says they could sit there and listen to Pete Carroll just talk and talk and talk for hours. The meetings, nobody's trying to look at their watch and be like, damn, how long is this meeting? Everybody's soaking in everything he has to say. And he has, 40 years of experience to talk about. So it's different, man. It's a lot different this year. And you're going to see it translate to the field. I promise you. You're going to see it translate to the field. These guys are locked in. They're bought in. We heard everybody talk, the coaches, even the players talk about how everybody's came back, from the break and hit the ground running, right? They tried to, throw in a little bit here and there, a little install here, a little install there. But everybody's retaining it, right? So they're already moving forward, ahead of progress, right? Tomorrow they're going to have more installs. The next day they're going to have more installs. Usually you spend the first 3-4 days in pads, going over shit you already did, because not everybody comes in prepared. Not everybody comes in shape. Not everybody comes in studying the playbook, ready to go, locked in like they have this year. And that's huge. We had the same thing last year with almost all the guys in the building during the offseason. We had more this year. Those are all big signs of what it takes for a team to win a lot of games. And like Pete Carroll has said in every interview, we're going to hit the ground running. They're not looking to get better. They're not looking to make a little bit of an improvement. They're going to win as many games as possible, and they're going to do everything it takes and have the right people out there. So, man, it's different this year. It's just so much different. Can't express how much different. Venetian prices. Ooh. That's wild. That's wild. You're welcome. You're welcome. Chaz, what's good, my guy? Holy shit, I made it to it live. Hey, glad you made it to it live, man. I'm glad you've been trying. Appreciate it. Nice to have you in the building. My guy GeoMex says, you said something interesting. Defense is getting frustrated. Last year our defense was smoking cigars. That's a good sign, right? That's after one victory. I mean, it's a damn good sign. It's a damn good sign. That's just not going to happen, right? I haven't heard about, we haven't seen any videos. Unleashed Raiders, shout out for the $3 holla. I appreciate you. Pure character with with loyalty, WIs. Oh man, one of those emojis that didn't show up again. All right, I'll get back to that. But yeah, there's no smoking cigars. There's no basketball playing. There's no ping pong. I think they took all that shit. Maybe I could be wrong, but we haven't seen any videos. Maybe when the season starts, we will. But we haven't seen any videos of the locker room, right? Which is another thing. The Raiders have been on lockdown. You can tell this is a well-oiled machine, right? The ship is well kept. The shipmate he ain't fucking around, bro. If you ain't down, if you ain't picking up what he's putting down right away, you're walking the plank. So I think it's locked down. There hasn't been no news like the Christian Wilkin news. There was no reporters talking about it. That was 50 days. 50 days. It went unspoken through social media. That in itself is absolutely remarkable. And the Raiders need to be applauded for that, in my opinion. Like, you don't get that ever. I've never had that in my 50 years of watching and covering the Raiders. Ever that I could sit here and think all day. Never. Like, when something happens, everybody knows about it, probably before it happens. So the fact that was kept on lockdown for 50 days and 49 days and nobody heard about it, knew about it, except for a couple reporters, and they didn't speak on it, says a lot for the leadership in the building, the respect for Tom Brady, for Mark Davis now, for John Spytek, for Pete Carroll. These reporters have respect for these men, and they're not out there trying to make the Raiders look bad. They're not out there downplaying the Raiders season. They're not out there talking shit about us. They're saying how we could be special, how we could surprise a lot of people, how we could upset a lot of teams. So it's damn good, man. It's damn good this year. Glad to have you, my guy. Glad to have you. Last year's defense was smashing the offense during camp. Our offense is already making some noise. Yeah, I mean, well, it kind of went back and forth a little bit, but it wasn't much offense, right? You would see, I hate to say it, and I'm not just saying it because of it, but the days Aiden was out there, it looked like the offense, was talked about a little more. They were doing better. Never really talked about a run game. We never really had that in camp. They're already talking about Ashton Genty, how special he is. How he's got wiggle, how his jump cuts, his reverse in the field. All these things are already been shown in the first day, the first day of pads for this young man. So yeah, offense is going to make a lot of noise. They're going to make a lot of noise. They're going to put up a lot of numbers this year. They're going to wear teams out. And it's going to be nasty, dude. I'm telling you. It's going to be nasty. We have a lot of teams that are in rebuild mode. They have new coaches. They have new coaching staffs. New general managers. Not too many of them have new quarterback and new coach. I think only one, right? But yeah, so there's a lot of positives, man. There's a lot of positives. My guy Lauren says stop. Stop with what? Stop with what? You don't believe still? You don't believe still? Man, come on. I understand, though. I understand. I feel you 100%, right? Don't talk about it, be about it. From the Show Me State, Missouri. I get it. I get it. Do you want to see it happen on a consistent basis? Everybody does, right? Everybody wants to see consistency from all these guys. But the guys that I've talked about, continue to look out for, because I believe they're going to continue to make noise, man. I'm ready. It's 420 somewhere. It's always 420 somewhere. Always. But our defense, man, if the offense keeps struggling, answer this question for me. Where do you rate AOC in our division? Fifth? Fifth? Easily. Very easily. Where do you rate him in a division? He's not better than Patrick Mahomes. He's not better than Sherbert. I mean, fourth. Fifth. Yeah, fifth is right. He's not better than Geno Smith. I mean, that's obvious. Geno could just do way too many things that he can't, and he's not better than Bo Nix. Bo Nix is mobile. He's a tough ass quarterback that's, a thick little stocky guy that's not afraid to run head first and not slide. He's aggressive, which Aiden O'Connell's not. So I'd put him at fifth, right? He's not the best backup. He's better than Gardner. He played better than Gardner. He should have took Gardner's job. Who's the other backups in the league? Who's the other backups? As far as quarterbacks. 22nd. You said in our division. There's not 22 quarterbacks in our division. Right? Are you fucking with me? What? Am I reading this right? Where do you rate AOC in our division? He's the fifth best quarterback. That's easy. Just focus on life before I can enjoy football this year. Right? Get all that work done. Don't miss no games. Make sure you pull up, because we will be live. We will be live for all the games. Play-by-play. Not too much play-by-play. Mostly shit talk. Hopefully not against our Raiders this year. 22nd, AOC is number 1 for me. East Coast, what's good? He's like 7th. He's not better than Jared Stidham. Our Tyler Heineke? Come on. That's crazy, bro. That's absolutely crazy. That is nonsense. I believe he has better stats already in his 2 years than Jared Stidham. And Tyler Heineke? Come on, man. Come on. My guy is like Rodney Dangerfield. He gets no respect. He gets no respect, bro. No respect. But I respect your opinion, East Coast, for sure. That's wild, dude. Stop. Stop. Oh, shit. I've got kickers and punters in front of AOC. You're just being funny now. You're just being funny. I don't care what anyone says. AOC will be the best quarterback one day. Not if he don't get no opportunities. But come on, man. Going into your third year with the numbers he's already put up, it's all right. Did someone call my name? Maybe they did, Ron. Y'all gonna be surprised. I know this is my soul. You know this in your soul? Damn. My guy Lawrence, though, come on, man. That's rough, bro. That's rough. Rough.
The autumn.
I was gonna fast forward to the ALC footage, but I won't. I won't. Go Hogs! What's good? What's good? But come on, man, Tyler Heineke and Stidham. He's not better than Stidham. They released Stidham and kept Aiden O'Connell on the Raiders. Like, come on. Come on, stop. He beat out Jimmy Garoppolo and Brian Hoyer. Both of those guys are better than Stidham and Tyler and Heineke. Come on. My guy Lawrence with the punter jokes. That's funny. That's funny. So yeah, man. Shout out to the 14 people in the building. Like, subscribe, follow for your boy. Hit that like button. You know what to do. So I talked about my winners. You know, so far in day one, I'll even throw Ashton in there. You know, he did have a breakaway pass where the linebacker had to hold him, and he drug him downfield for a good 5-10 yards, but he didn't make the catch. He didn't finish. So, I mean, but when you got a 240-pound linebacker on your back holding onto your jersey, you might get a little bit of exemption right there. So Ashton Genty, look for him to get a lot more passes out of the backfield than we expected this year. My number for him was, 3 or 4 touchdowns out of the backfield receiving, and somewhere between 200 and 300 yards. If they feed him like I believe they're going to feed him, that could go way up, way up. Eric Allen said on a show today, after he's been in practice, looking at it, watching it, they asked for his prediction for Ashton Genty. He said minimum 1,300 yards on the ground from the line of scrimmage. So shout out to EA in the building. My guy East Coast says Jarrett Stidham, talent-wise, is better in my opinion, but he's not more accomplished than Tyler Heineke. Tyler Heineke, been, damn it, I hate when shit goes away. Been really good in a lot of games. I mean, come on. Why does everybody do this to me with Aiden O'Connell? So Aiden O'Connell coming in after not getting, the starting job last year, going against the Kansas City Chiefs, who were 10-1 at the time, against the Steve Spagnuolo defense, and driving down for the win doesn't mean anything. Like, beating them on Christmas Day, which, yeah, I know they didn't put up a lot of points, but he didn't have no turnovers, right? He didn't cost them the game. He didn't look great. 4 touchdowns in the first half against the Chargers, a division rivalry who in the first game of his career sacked him 7 times. I mean, come on. Aiden O'Connell for a 4th-round pick. Where was Tyler Heineke drafted? What round? What round was Stidham drafted? Anyway, for Aiden O'Connell for a 4th-round pick, has had some damn good games. I do believe he's one of the only Raiders to throw 4 touchdowns in the first half. And it's not a long list. It's not a long list. Actually, it's not a long list for quarterbacks that have thrown 4 touchdowns in the first half of a game. So the kid has accomplishments with no running game, with bad coaching, with bad quarterback coaches. Like, you're talking about Jarrett Stidham, who played for a Patriots team, right? I mean, these guys have had better coaching. You could say better teams around them at times. So, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, debate to debate. But We shall see. We shall see. I guarantee you, Aiden O'Connell's career is way better than theirs at the end of the day. At the end of his career, Ashton Genty is a running back for the Las Vegas Raiders. Selected. What the hell was that? Why does it keep moving? Selected in 2025 draft, 6th overall pick. He is 5'8", 211 pounds as Boise State. 4,665 yards, 100 yards a game, 21 games, and 21 games with 200 yards. That's crazy stats. Is that AI stats? just fucking with you, man. Yo, brother Reb, salute. Rick Rock in the building, man. What's good? Appreciate you dropping in, my guy. How was your night? How's it going? I was born in Arkansas. Never been to Tennessee game in Knoxville. Nice. 62-21. Thank you, AOC. Shout out Geo Mex in the building. That's one game. Tyler Heineke has had a much better career. I mean, if you say so, my guy. If you say so. If you say so. Knees Duts. What's good? What's good? What's good? Tyler was undrafted. He played at Old Dominion. Raiders forever, bottom line. These Ducks, what's good, man? Good to see you in the building. Good to see you. I don't know where the Raiders came from. My keyboard is typing whack. What? Oh, I don't know where Rebel came from. It's all good. It's all good. East Coast don't troll, man. He's very, very knowledgeable. He went to school for this shit. He's very, very knowledgeable. He knows what he's talking about. And everybody has their opinion. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Like he's had a much better career. How long's he been in the NFL? Aiden's going on his 3rd year. Was a backup holding a clipboard, 3rd string. Rookie year, did pretty damn well. Numbers don't lie, right? I don't think Tyler Heineke's ever had a year like Aiden O'Connell has had. Has he? What's his stats? Hold up. Man, let's pull it up on here. All right, ESPN. All right, career stats. Completions, 607. Out of 971 attempts, 62.25 completion ratio, 6,663 yards, average 6.9 with 39 touchdowns to 28 interceptions. Long 75. RTG is 84.1. That's all the stats you're going to show me? Rushing stats, nothing. Passing. How many starts has he had? It's not showing. Hold up. Let me find another one. Let's try this. All right, career stats. Let me go back to this. I appreciate you pulling up, giving me something to talk about. Why's my shit lagging? Share screen. To the ding, to ding, to ding, ding. Share it up. Beebity bup. All right, man. So, in 2017, he had one completion for one attempt, 100-yard completion ratio, very good with the 108 quarterback rating. The next year in Carolina with the Panthers. Wait, this is right? Next year's with the Panthers. He was 35 for 57. 320 yards, 5.6, one touchdown, 3 interceptions, sacked twice with a QBR of 18.3. 2020. 12 of 19, 63.2% completion ratio, 137 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, 7.2 average. Try to see where I'm at. Average with a 40.7 QBR. 2021, played in 16 games. Here we go. 321 completions out of 494 attempts, 65% completion ratio, 3,419 yards, 6.9, 20 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, long 73, QBR 45.8, RTG 85.9. With the Washington Commanders. Next year with the Washington Commanders, 161 completions, 259 attempts, 62.3, 1,859 yards in 9 games. 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Sounds like Aiden O'Connell numbers. Sacked 19 times. QBR 46.5. Next year QBR 48. Next year QBR 5.9. Ouch. So 16 games, 9 games, 5 games. All right. You've seen the numbers in his first 3 years, though, right? When he got 16 games, he was all right. That was decent. 20 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. I mess with that, right? The hell? And I can show career. So for his career, 3,830 yards, 20 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. I mean, they're fucking pretty much identical. 62.6 QBR. These numbers are all pretty much the same. Aiden O'Connell in a loss to the Chargers was 24 for 34, 214 yards, 70.6 completion ratio, long 25, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and we got beat by 14 points. Damn, that's wild. This is last year, right? All last year starts, I do believe. The Saints game, a win. He was 25 for 35, 242 yards, 57 completion ratio. But here's my thing. 88 point yard QBR, 49.5, 39.7. Against the Chiefs, 61.5. Against a team that's 10-1 at the time. Defending Super Bowl champions. Like, in big games, man, this kid shows up. So, again, you say 7th, I say 5th, but, you know, appreciate it. They're both formidable wait, why does it always keep moving? They're both formidable quarterbacks. Just preference, I guess. I mean, yeah, those are pretty damn good numbers. I mean, you've seen the first 2 years for Tyler weren't very good, but he didn't get a lot of reps. If you compare Aiden O'Connell to the 16 games that Heineke started for the Washington Commanders, they're pretty much identical. Yards, touchdowns, touchdown to interception ratio. I think he had a little more, but they're pretty damn close. But one's also been in the league, so he has that experience. So again, it's preference for sure. Go look at the team Tyler had in Washington. It's amazing they won 7 games. Go look at the team the Raiders had. Come on, bro. Did you not see our running game was 32nd last year with Luke Getsy for 7, 8, 9 games, however many long games he was there? Our offense was horrible. They had Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers. Like, those were our targets. Those were the only dudes contributing. Everybody else barely even made an impact for the Raiders at all. So the offensive line was mixed match. It was a revolving door. I mean, we had 7 starters hurt on defense. I don't know. I get it. But I think their offensive line that year was pretty damn good, right? 2019. What was their offensive line? Can somebody put it in the chat? Find out. I don't want to go back away from the comments again, but I think they had a decent offensive line. Probably better than the Raiders were ranked last year, which was 24th. And that was only after December. Before December, they were ranked like 28th, I do believe, most of the season. If Aiden was good, why didn't he start last season, man? That's all I'm saying. Tyler started a full season, and it was a horrible team. The answer is obvious, East Coast. Dante, it's obvious, my guy. It's obvious. They brought in a quarterback they paid $25 million for who has veteran experience. AP said it himself. He wanted to go with Aiden O'Connell. He didn't have the decision. It was 4 people in the room. One person wanted Aiden. The other 3 wanted Gardner Minshew. That was it. I don't know how much you watch film on the Raiders or, watch all the shit that was going on, all the videos put out over camp. But Aiden was killing it out there. He obviously, it wasn't even close, beat out Gardner Minshew. And I'm not the only one. There was a lot of Raider fans that don't even like Aiden O'Connell that say he obviously, it was obvious for the people that were watching practices that were out there that Aiden O'Connell had the edge. But when you're paying a guy $1 million in his second year and you're a first-team head coach and a first-team general manager, what would you do in that situation? They just had a coaching staff that had more confidence in their job, and a coach that obviously had control of the team and said, this is my starter, I'm going with this guy. Because I really feel like if AP would have done that last year, he might still have a job. The Raiders could have won some games. That's just me. So, Aiden O'Connell just hasn't got his shot. He's had up and downs, but so has his starts been, right? His starts have been up and down. The only starts that he had consistently, he got better in. Bro, Aiden O'Connell in the last 8 games, of 2023, he threw 9 touchdowns to 1 interception as a rookie. A 4th round pick. Tyler Heineke ain't never had no numbers like that as a rookie, or even when he started for that 16 games. So the only stability, and he had Bo Hardigree, a offensive coordinator who had never called plays in the NFL, man. So come on with that, bro. Come on. Aiden O'Connell, like, the kid improved when he had consistency. The second year they went with Gardner. He was no bueno. They throw in Aiden O'Connell. He gets hurt. They have to go back to Gardner. He's so bad that they have to sign Reddick. They bring in Reddick. He's so bad that they got to go back to Aiden O'Connell, and he's not even ready to play, and he gets injured again. Like, so, you know, the kid had it rough last year, man. People just criticized the hell out of this kid. Like, oh, he had his opportunities. Yeah, but he also got hurt in 2 of those starts. Out of the 7 starts or 6 starts he had last year, like, no consistency. No consistency on the offensive coordinator, on the quarterback coach, or even your head coach. So, I mean, yeah, same scenario. I get you. I call BS on that, but literally have 3 days out of the week where my Discord, we can go through all the games. I have it on Patreon where I break it down. So, yes, we do. I mean, I'm down. Bro. I'm down. You let me know whenever you're on there, and I will come break some film down. Shit, we can do it on here. Or I'll come on your channel. Invite me on your channel. Let's break it down. Because I would love to see what you see on certain plays and what I see. I think that would be fun, man. I think that would be fun. You can come on here and do it. We don't have to do it live. Shit, we could do it recorded and post it later. Whatever you want, my guy. Whatever you want. I'm down. AFC was definitely 4 competitive starting quarterbacks. It would be good to see a season for all 4 teams. It's going to be a fun division to watch for sure. Good luck to all. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. And if everybody stays healthy, damn. Washington paid millions for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Taylor got the nod. I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, and I get it. Same situation. I replay all the games on film every week during the season, so I've seen it. Damn, you break down all 32 teams' film during the season? You do like 6 a day or 4 a day or something? That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. I replay all the games on film every week during the season. So, yes, I've seen it. So, damn, where the fuck? I need your time. I need your time, bro. Colton Miller, Audrey James, Jackson Powers Johnson, Alec Kappa, Thayer Munford. Some of those guys are gone. Fuck. Trying to find where I was. Taylor Kinney had 2 games that season for 200 plus yards and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. I mean, that's pretty solid. That's solid. I have high school players. I go through requested players weekly during the game, so I go through and play games they want to see to get free games. I'm a former coach. I give free games. Nice. If Herbert drops, the season is over for the Clowns. If Geno goes down, I have hope in AOC. Talk that truth, man. 1000%. It's 12 through 16 games a week. That's how my crew gets prepared. Nice, nice. We actually watch film on Damian Martinez right now. I work 10 hours a day, and I don't sleep during the season. Obviously, fucking obviously, man. I thought I was a workaholic. You asked for the last 4 years of offensive line, so I googled it. Oh, no, that's not. But thank you, I appreciate it. So yeah, man, let me know when you want to come on the channel. My DMs are always open. I believe I follow you on Instagram. I think I messaged you before, but I'll hit you up again, or you could hit me up. I don't know if you ever follow me back. I'm not sure. So, if you didn't, it's just Raiders Rebel. But yeah, man, let's put something together. I would love to go over film, break down film. We can compare the two. I'm down for that. I'm down. Anytime, bro. Anytime. Anytime. All right, man. So we going a little bit past 2 hours. I appreciate everybody rocking with your guy. I appreciate Dante pulling up East Coast Gridiron. What exactly do you want to break down? Just AOC film. We'll just set up whatever footage, set up some bad plays, set up good plays, of course, obviously, and let's see. What was it? The offensive line? Was it his release? Right? Was it his accuracy? Like, why weren't these plays completed? Like, what did he do wrong? Was it his footwork? I'm down for that because shit, I've done a little bit of football myself, so I can watch all this stuff. What was it? A 9-step drop instead of a 7? Is he getting the ball out within 3 seconds? Is he panicking in the pocket? Let's break it all down, bro. Break it all down. Any AOC film you could find, we'll go through it, man. Whatever you can get that won't get us flagged or demonetized. But if it does, then shit, we'll do it on Twitch. Like I said, man, I'm down for that. I don't nitpick the film. We break down. We'll watch a full game. Chasing Childers, what's good? Peace out, my guy. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. But yeah, whatever game, man. You pick the game. His worst game. Let's go with the Kansas City game. Let's break down the Kansas City film on Christmas Day. That easy one, right? Where he didn't do nothing. He only had a couple yards. People say he didn't have no drives, right? No good passes. I mean, that one, or we can break down go for the gusto and break down the second Chargers game where he threw 4 touchdowns in the first half, right? Was it the Chargers defense with that nasty front of Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa over there? I mean, I'm down. It's gonna get demonetized. I don't care about the money. Most of my stuff is demonetized. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Just let me know so I don't monetize it. If we're gonna break it down, that's fine with me. But yeah, I'm totally in for that, man. 100%. I think it'll be fun. 63-21, baby. I mean, we can break that game down again. We do it on here. We do it on your channel. Just let me know, man. We'll get together. Like I said, I'll reach out to you, so you don't have to go reach out to me. But let's set it up. Let's break down some film. And we can break down Tyler too and see what the difference is, in their release, their arm motion, their mechanics, their pre-snap read. I mean, shit, let's break it all down, bro. Let's break it all down. But man, I appreciate y'all. I love everybody rocking with your guy as always. Much love to all the family in the building. To those who watch later and make it till the end, let me know you make it to the end, man. Put a great video. Your video sucked. Kiss my ass. Whatever it is, man. Go Raiders. Fuck the Chiefs. Whatever it is. But if you watch the video, you make it to the end, just let me know. Just let me know so I can recognize who watches my shit to the end, who skips through it, or who really just doesn't care, man. So, like I said, we're trying to grow this channel. Help me out. Share, like if you got any information between me, Dante, and the rest of the chat. Like, subscribe, follow. Tickle the notification button to turn it on to be notified when we drop new content. And with that, I will leave you with this. Who do you want to see tomorrow? What are your expectations for the second day of pads? And do you feel that the defense can win the day? Or do you feel like the offense is going to dominate again? And we have a little bit of struggles on the defense until the defensive line can start actually hitting people. Let me know. Shout out. Again, love y'all. Raiders. Peace.